Hello everybody, how's everyone day? Oh my god, Alright, today we are going to discuss about the situation with Selen, Tatsuki and Nijisanji, or actually more towards Dokibird and Nijisanji to be exact. But the thing is, right, it's actually getting worse to the point that at the moment it's more like, at the time of this recording, it's more a little bit on the calmer side. Not a lot of people talking from both ends, but then again, the fire is still there, the smoke is still there, people are still making noise about it. And I mean, like, the funny thing is, right, the fire was so bad it had become a wildfire, and in a way, because it got so bad that three people that is they do know about VTuber stuff, but when the three of them, AsmongGold, Mustafa, or more like known as the ordinary gamers, as well as Charlie or Penguin Z0. So if the three of them technically start making their own statement and their own take on the whole situation, to the point that even Charlie actually put up Nijisanji as an evil company. That's a very strong word in my dictionary. I will have to at least let you guys know that. But the thing is, right, considering that one talk about the implosion and technically how the downfall of the company Nijisanji is in his take, as well as one showing about how crazy Nijisanji PR have been doing along the line, and one just outright criticize every single thing. And it's actually amazing that he actually got a same feel, interesting view that I have beforehand, and I addressed this thing. I was actually watching this live stream, which I'll put up every video in the link description below, so you guys can check them out. I did talk along the line that yes, he had taught a few things that I have the same thought, and even if people don't believe on my view, I mentioned it along the line, you can trust their view in a way. So it's actually interesting to take it that a whole situation where people start making noise about Nijisanji, is it really a evil company? The thing is, right, Charlie himself has seen similar contract. I have seen the contract. So the thing is, right, there is no way we're gonna say who or how we see those kind of contract, because NDA, all this thing is very, very powerful, especially when it came to Japan, and we won't know whether we'll get F or not. And especially for me, I'm just a small time VTuber, there's no way I can get myself F'd at this point of time. But the thing is, right, it's really ridiculous considering how Nijisanji has always been doing a lot of the things. Stealth suspension, termination, cancellation of a whole branch because they find it not working as they intended along the line. Indian, Korean, as well as Indonesia branch for some reason. But the thing is, right, at this point of time, it's very, very ridiculous considering that Nijisanji is caring about money. They don't care about their talents, and if they really do care about their talents, they will not cancel their branch in that outright. They could think of way to make the branch successful. Instead, they just say that, oh, it doesn't work, we're just gonna cancel it, dismiss it, or whatsoever. That's how it always been, and I have been vocal from their long end. And considering that a lot of people start making noise about it, considering that one talk about, one another talk about, and then one more talk about, and if Charlie talk about it, in no way people are not going to look at it. I mean, like, the number of view he have, number of view he also not really, okay, not a lot, but still a lot of eyes on it, and he also got quite a lot of people talk on it. And understand that when AsmongGold talk about it, most of them will tend for some reason translate to the Japanese side, and Japanese people will start noticing it. But dude, 1 million feel, yeah, more people are gonna be aware of it. And the comment from how I look at it, a lot are not definitely kind to Nijisanji. A lot of people now starting to rethink about the fact about Nijisanji, whether should they really defend Nijisanji or not. I have seen quite a lot of people now starting to turn head. I've seen a lot of people start to talk a lot of stuff, and more detail, I would say, is kind of funny that Rev Say Desu kind of put up the video a little bit later than I expected, but a little bit earlier than usual. So the thing is, right, back to the topic, why people start making noise about it, why the trio people put up their own video saying the whole situation is actually stem from the situation which I covered yesterday. But Rev Say Desu did put up a simple way of saying it. The Nijisanji didn't want peace. Nijisanji won war. They won a freaking war. They won the World War III in maybe known as the World War V, also known as the World War VTuber. Basically, what they want is that they want the whole world to know that in VTuber there is a world war between the war of Selen or Dokibird as well as Nijisanji, the whole company. Basically, they will be like, oh, we are a huge company and we are got a lot of rival, and as long as all our rival put up a statement smearing Dokibird, we should win. So basically, they are thinking like they are the Russia of the World War, where they think that the huge force will mean they win, and they end up losing. So the thing is, right, it's really bad to the funny point of that Nijisanji think that just become majority win, and I mentioned it a lot of time that if their talent really know how to save their high, they should really get themselves suspended at this point of time, because even if it's not something good, at least you are out of the company. And I mentioned it a lot of time. I mention it time to time. Even if they don't believe my words or advice, listen to at least other people. A lot of people are now saying the same thing again and again. Is it really a good thing to be staying at Nijisanji at this point of time? I don't think so personally. To me, but the funny thing is, right, considering that Nijisanji has been causing a lot situation a lot lately. I mean, like, it was kind of like not that huge back then, but it was actually more apparent in recent year. I mean, like, actually more towards I was aware of it since long ago, but a lot of people have been stating that the Red and 4chan or those people at Reddit is now making noise. A lot of people are not really making noise about it. People are not addressing the issue. Maybe some still defending Nijisanji, but like I mentioned, they are more like they trying to defend Nijisanji, or were they paid bought or were they bought along the line? I do not know. But then again, when you look at the whole situation, is it really true they are trying to defend Nijisanji, or are they trying to defend their life? I'm not it's more towards that I think that we still have to give them the benefit of doubt. Maybe, just like I mentioned in my last video, maybe we can still give a last chance to all the rival. Except for the management of Nijisanji, they really need to throw themselves under the bus instead of throwing their talent under the bus. I mean, like, it's actually really ridiculous when I saw the video. I really freaking take my time to read the video. I really freaking take my time to waste my time to watch every video Nijisanji show, as well as watching a lot of other people video where on their own take, on their own opinion, all these things. There are still again, like I mentioned, there are people who defending Nijisanji, and I respect them for that. But if they are paid bot and they try to block me when I try to reason with them, yeah. Oh my, if you get ahead, don't blame me. So the thing is, right, it's really getting more and more ridiculous considering that Nijisanji, the hate is getting more and more worse, and if Charlie and the others start talking about it, it is not looking good for them in the whole world, because it is finally opened up to beyond VTuber scene, and if people start realizing it, people will start turning hate, and when other people start defending Nijisanji, realize that they are gaining more enemy than they wish to, then I think some of them may end up disappearing on their own, or some of them feel like it's not worth defending Nijisanji in the first place. Now, it's actually a more interesting part that as Rev Say Desu in regard is that Dokibird did put up a statement, and yes, there is still something along the line where she mentioned along the line that the document that was supposed to be shown, and I mentioned it a lot, quite a few times, that the video was supposed the document that was shown on the YouTube video that Nijisanji posted called message from Nijisanji EN. Most of the information stated was supposed to be confidential. It should be pivoted between Selen lawyer as well as the legal team of Nijisanji, but for some reason, and I mentioned it in my live stream again, if you guys really want to, I talked for around a lot of stuff in that video. I mentioned it a lot, that again I will mention it again for this random chat, that the situation technically did mention along the line of that it's supposed to be shared between Selen or Dokibird, the lawyer, as well as the legal team of Nijisanji. But on the other hand, Nijisanji decided to put up a video, a 15-minute video of a who give the freaking permission in the first place, which I had no idea who. That thinking that it's a great idea that if they try to put up a 15-minute of smearing campaign against Dokibird, people will start standing in Nijisanji position. And yes, there are quite a few people standing in Nijisanji position, but I will tell you that a lot of people is against Nijisanji right now. And it's actually interesting in many form because like I mentioned again and again and again, that it's the stupidest PR I've seen in my life. It's the stupidest damage control video I ever come across, because it's just because that it worked on Selen, Zion or Sayu in the past does not mean that it will work again. And I think they feel like, oh, it worked once, it should work twice. Yeah, you think lightning strike twice every single time. So at this point of time, I feel like it's really stupid on Nijisanji the management, and I always advise people to attack not the liver. I'm still gonna give the benefit of doubt that maybe the liver are forced to read a script. They are forced to say all those things whether they like it or not, and Nijisanji is forcing them down their maybe forcing a gun down their throat along the line. I don't know. But if they really want to save their life, I will say that they better step out right now. If they are being threatened, last thing I can tell you guys, in Japan, right? I mentioned this in my live stream. I will say it again. There is actually a hotline. There is actually a free safe support from Japan's government and the police, that if they are forced to overwork or if they are being threatened against their will by Japan company, understand this, they can get help immediately, and that the company will immediately get ripped, and that will be the last of us we will be seeing of Nijisanji. So if Nijisanji really want to save their reputation, they will actually want to give their talents a better treatment or maybe let them go. But the thing is, right, at this point of time, I also have to give you guys a bad date would be Nijisanji. If they really want to save their reputation at this point of time, they should not and really shouldn't be not, and they must, actually more like they must not, okay, is that after Hill Kaneko there is gonna be graduation soon, they will have to not have any graduation or termination coming soon. Based on some source that I know, there are apparently some speculation, and based on speculation, apparent, whatever you want to call it, that there may be more termination coming soon, or graduation, if maybe not, maybe, I don't know. But at this point of time, I only can say that this if there is any form of termination or graduation within 3 months is what I want to say. But at this point of time, anything that happened within this year, yeah, this is not gonna look good on the company. It's not gonna have everyone liking the company, and it'll be proving a lot of stuff. A lot of people now starting to put one and one together to realize that everything seems to make sense. A lot of people saying along the line that the rat has been right. I can assure you guys, I am not a rat. I'm born in the year of the snake. So yeah, I'm just a slippery snake, definitely not a rat. So if I'm actually amazed that the number of dates that I give out got a lot of rat believing them for some reason, but I am definitely not a rat. The one thing I would definitely say that it is interesting considering that people are now taking notes of the situation that Nijisanji have been going about, and it's actually very funny in my opinion, that how Nijisanji have been going with a lot of things that I mentioned have been happening. A lot of these things, the termination of Selen, which I actually initially thought that it'll be graduation, and I did predict that if they choose to terminate her, it'll be the worst outcome they ever go for, and I predicted all of this, and I know what might be coming next. And in my video, I did address that if the talent really value their career, they will step up. Except for some of the talents, I will not say who. I do think there are a lot of people now leaking a lot of bad stuff on all those talent. Who do I hate the most? Anyone who's watched that video will know who I mentioned it a lot of time for some reason, and I will not mention it in this random chat. If you really want to know, go and check the video out. But I will say is that considering that some of the talent can actually success, they still can get a second chance in as a VTuber, and I believe they can still have a moment to come out. And apparently there are quite a few talents that is radio silent at the moment, or maybe just streaming as per normal. Like I mentioned, like I predicted, I more like I give the possibility of what they may have thinking, which is basically they either ran radio silent, or they stream as per normal, or they just stream and kind of do a little bit of smear campaign on Selen Tatsuki. And all the things that I have been mentioning and have been pointing out is coming true. And I did talk along the line of the graduation of Pomu, the graduation of Selen would be one of the technique, or more like the termination of Selen Tatsuki would be one of the turning point for Nijisanji, where you start going downhill. I did say along the line that if based on the possibility they go the worst route ever, there will be more graduation and termination coming through. There will be quite a few. It is Q Canonical part of it. I will not put it up as one because it was already it was already confirmed. It was already mentioned long ago. I know some people will be saying along the line of that, isn't his graduation a little bit too iffy at the timing? Like normally, like I mentioned, like in the past when I say that in my video when I mentioned along the line that maybe, just maybe, there is something happening behind the scene, and that normally a graduation will happen at least 1 to 2 months in advance, whereas Kyo Kaneko happened to have his graduation within 2 weeks time. So it actually lead to more speculation on my end, and I wasn't expecting that it was as bad as I thought. So it lead to more speculation that there is a possibility that there may be more termination or graduation in due time. Now people are now hoping for more of their Oshi or their favorite talents to be out of Nijisanji at this point of time, and I do agree, if you guys really want them to be out, they make them out. At this point of time, Nijisanji is really not just a sinking ship. I even freaking in my Twitter did a little bit jet at Nijisanji, whereas I shall now hereby declare that Nijisanji will now known not as Black Company or Kurosanji, but sinking yacht ship. By the degree of the omen catcher VTuber Omega Kid. So in a way is that at the point of this time, it is more ridiculous that how people are still trying to defend Nijisanji. Like already like more than 90% people are now against Nijisanji. There are still quite a few people defending Nijisanji, and I know, like in the word of Charlie mentioned, it is stupid of them, or whether they have they went to Stupidville along the line and trying to defend Nijisanji. Like I will give them the benefit of doubt that they are trying to defend not the Nijisanji company, or more on defending their favorite talents, or they are trying to say that it may be something along the line. Maybe are they really paid to do so, or are they truly defending Nijisanji? Let's let them do so. It's just that with more and more evidence coming out, whether is it hot evidence or cold evidence, soft evidence or hard evidence, with a lot of things that is coming true, I will just say that with my last piece of advice to all the talents, if you truly value your career as a VTuber, it would be best to speak out, not using a freaking script that Nijisanji EN management, if there is even a EM management in the first place, give you force you guys to read, because at this point of time it's not looking good for the freaking company. If Charlie even go to the point of saying that company is evil, and if you guys don't believe my word, based on his word that he has said, I don't see why my word don't hold any strength at all. Yes, his word can hold a lot of power, and if he and I saying the same thing, I guess is I mean, like, for me, there's nothing for me. There's basically nothing more for me to say or do. I mean, like, it's really getting to the point of the end of Nijisanji already. Is it really gonna end soon? I don't think so. Nijisanji will still continue to survive. The stock market is still pretty strong in a way, even though it's slowly losing. Um, they still there is still turning point for Nijisanji. I cannot say too much how, why, or when, but the thing is, right, Nijisanji at this point of time still got the JP side, there is still the EN, a few of the EN side, and even if they end the EN side, there is still the JP side. And that is when I have been very vocal ever since then, when I first became a JP level in the past. But then again, there is nothing more for me to speak about Nijisanji at this point of time. So the only way I would say that Nijisanji situation is getting more and more worse, is getting more and more not looking good for them. And I even say along the line that when they should have speak, they keep quiet. When they should have shut up, they talk a lot. And it's really very stupid of Nijisanji when, like, in the word of FalseEyeD or FalseSun, she just wanted to play Mule Pass. And Nijisanji decided to, out of nowhere, create a video out of nowhere, or trying to put up every statement they have against Dokibird, because she was live streaming at the time, because they knew that if they target her, they will be attacking her. And again, like I mentioned, I don't know what were they thinking. I had no idea who gave the approval. I don't know who think it was a good idea. And it's kind of funny that Nijisanji damage control is one of the worst one I've ever seen in my life. Yet maybe in future I might see even more worse, but just when a lot of people saying like that there can't be any more worse VTuber agency, Whatster or some other company which I kind of don't want to mention anymore. But with the current situation happening now in Nijisanji, it's really like yeah, it's bad. Oh, bad. So I don't think I should speak more onto that situation, but I can kind of like explain about a few of the explanation that I do left and needed to go about. So just like I had mentioned along the line that because Andy Ender had kind of like put in a comment in my last video along the line of mentioning of the red are now believing along the line of them the whole situation, like the red are believing on some situation, or maybe Nijisanji is digging down along the line. And the only thing I will say, right, because I did mention along the line that based on what I know, Nijisanji did broke the law, not in just in Canada but also in Japan. Yes, I had did a check, and I'm actually amazed that the rest are realizing that. I wonder, and I wish I know how they know. I thought they never know. Interesting. Definitely not a rat. But the thing is, right, with how many people are now talking about the situation, if this information about Nijisanji have broken the law themselves, this is not gonna be looking good on Nijisanji on their end. Because the thing is, right, it's back to one point that I mentioned. Nijisanji's claim that they did not give every information to every talent. But the thing is, right, it was supposed to be not shared to the talents. And why did they share it? That is the first breach. Then, out of nowhere, Vor Akuma, in the 15-minute video where he talked for around 5 minutes, he talked along the line that he had read the document. Meaning to say that he got some saw a reason to read the document when it was not supposed to be meant for him? Now my speculation is he part of the management. I wonder if my speculation was right in the past. Let's let it out that nice cheesy theory, I would say. But who knows? I mean, like, a lot of things is just on my end speculation. I don't know. It's like, the funny thing is, right, what I will point out is that Nijisanji have been shooting at their own feet for like who know how many times. They have been also, I mean, like, along the line, they say in the video, like as Force stated and as many people stated, that Nijisanji pivoted the video of the music video that Selen put out called The Last Cup of Coffee. They pivoted. Then they said that Selen put up a statement that is false, saying that Nijisanji management pivoted. They pivoted? Then they claim no, they did not pivot it. So they are contradicting themselves, saying that they pivot it and not pivot it. So I don't know how they pivot a video without pivoting it. I got no idea. Something I guess I learn something new every single day. And then after that, Vote Akuma stated along the line, hey, I read the whole document. Nijisanji said, no, they did not read the whole document. Again, it's not Selen Toki statement against the company, but their own self against themselves. Which is the reason why implosion is used in this situation. They are freaking killing themselves. They are now taking the hole deeper and deeper. And I mentioned a lot of time, when you are a liar, you want to make your story consistent. If there is contradiction within your statement, or when the story doesn't line out, it means that someone is truly lying, and we already know who is truly lying at this point of time. And it's actually amazing that Nijisanji contradict themselves again and again. Just it's at this point of time, as I mentioned in my video, and I will mention it again. They did not freaking shoot one of their feet with a freaking gun. They freaking shoot the other feet with a Magnus gun, and then after that another one with an AKB-47, and then after that with another with a assault rifle, and then another one with a sniper rifle, and then another one with the RPG, and then follow up with a cannon, and then follow up with a tank, and then maybe they just throw themselves into a nuclear bomb site and then let themselves be blasted off. So it's really ridiculous how people are still not realizing that who is the liar at this point of time. I'm still have no idea why would people trying to defend Nijisanji at this point of time. It's very damn obvious. It very damn doesn't need me to explain anymore. But I would definitely say that my prediction now is that there will be a few of them getting a termination, self-suspension, or even graduation soon. One of them is already confirmed, so we will not count him in. But there will be one or two more, from what I know. One or two more? Maybe one, maybe two, maybe, I don't know. But with that being said, hope you guys to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that never follow a single trend. But with that being said, hope you guys have a nice day or night. Goodbye.